Now, Elder Scrolls Online is still one of the most popular online games out there, despite releasing well over a decade ago already. However, despite constantly getting updates and maintenance patches, there are still some serious issues that you might face while playing the game, like DDoS attacks and bad ping. So that said, the fix to both of these issues is actually quite simple, and it's to use a VPN. So in this video, I'll show you guys how you might want to consider using a VPN for ESO, and also give you some recommendations to help you pick out the VPN that works best for you. So let's get started. Alrighty, so one of the most serious issues you might face while playing Elder Scrolls Online is getting DDoSed. And if you're not familiar with what DDoS attacks are, they're basically when hackers use IP sniffers to fetch your IP address and then flood your network with so much data that it basically disconnects from everything and shoves you out of the game. Now, these types of attacks are mostly seen in person versus person games like Valorant and League, but that doesn't mean you won't experience them in Elder Scrolls Online too. So there are a lot of online trolls and hackers that resort to DDoSing Elder Scrolls for protesting some game changes or political reasons, or even for some fun times. And even the CEO himself has reported a rising number of cyber attacks this year, most of which are DDoS. And so the easiest and best solution to protect yourself from these sorts of situations is by using a VPN. And that's because when you connect to a server, your IP address would change to that of the server. So if a hacker decided to launch a DDoS attack on you, it'll be redirected to the VPN server instead of yourself. And don't worry about the server slowing down because of the attack, because VPNs like Express, Nord, and Surfshark have anti-DDoS infrastructure, such as load balancers and traffic scrubbers, to make sure that this type of data is either filtered out or rerouted so that it doesn't affect your VPN connection. Now, if the hackers DDoS the main game server itself and not you, then you might experience some lag or network stability issues, and there's nothing you can do about it here. You just have to wait until they find a fix to the situation. That said, I recommend always playing Elder Scrolls Online using a VPN, because even if the attack itself was directed at the developers and not you, there could still be a threat of them mass collecting IP addresses that are connected to the game server. So just in case, having a VPN on will make sure that your IP address is never visible to these malicious actors. All right, so moving on to the second reason why I would recommend using a VPN for Elder Scrolls, and that's to fix or improve your overall ping. So you see, gaming is a heavy bandwidth activity, and a lot of ISPs would throttle your connection to the ground if they see you on any online game. But with a VPN, however, all your data would be encrypted, so what you do online and what you access will actually be a big mystery to your internet service provider, and they won't throttle your connection. Now, one important thing to take into consideration here is that not all VPNs are suitable for this job due to the encryption process that naturally slows down your speed. It's a thing with all VPNs, but VPNs like Express, Nord, and Surfshark have the fastest encryption protocols in the industry, especially Nord with its NordLynx protocol. So they're able to minimize the drop in speed to around 10 to 35% at the most, which sounds like a lot, but it's actually not that bad in this world. You just need to set the best protocol while using the VPN, which is going to be lightweight UDP for Express, NordLynx for Nord, like I mentioned, and WireGuard for Surfshark. And then you'll be good to go. Another thing I recommend doing to make sure you have the best speed possible while playing Elder Scrolls is to connect to a VPN server near your game server. And that's because ISPs tend to use longer, cheaper routes to connect you to the game server instead of like a direct connection. For example, one time while I was playing Call of Duty and my ping was very questionable, I inspected the connection and found out that somehow I was connected from Europe to New York, then back to Europe where my game server is located, which was so bizarre. And so connecting to a VPN server actually near your game server would make sure that your internet connection travels in a straight line to the VPN server, which would usually better your overall ping. All right, so these are the main reasons why I would recommend using a VPN for Elder Scrolls. But as I mentioned earlier in the video, not all VPNs are suitable for this, because VPNs with fast speeds as well as strict no-log policies that are tested and proven are few and far between. And by far, these are the 3 best VPNs I found after a bunch of testing. So they're fast, they're secure, they have all the anti-DDoS technologies that would allow them to easily handle such situations. That said, they each bring something different to the table, so let me go over each of them to help you pick the one that works best for you. And of course, if you want to check them out for yourself, you can find links to pricing as well as in-depth reviews on each of them in the description down below. Okay, so Express over here is going to be the overall best and my personal favorite. I think the majority of people who are getting into VPNs, or even even if they're at an intermediate level, will find this one to be the best for them. And that's because Express is extremely easy to use. And it has this slick and intuitive design and all the core features that you'd want in your VPN, such as a kill switch. Not only that, but it's also the best performing option I've tried. It connects to servers almost instantly, so it really feels like it's part of your computer and not some third-party app. And then security-wise, all three of these VPNs have strict no-logs policies that have been tested and proven by third-party auditing firms. But Express even went beyond that, as it was involved in a real-life situation where the Turkish government seized one of their servers as part of an ongoing investigation, only to find nothing on that server. And this real-life incident alone made Express the most secure VPN out there. So if you're a privacy-conscious individual and you want the best overall, most secure, and easiest to use VPN, you can't go wrong with Express. Then as far as NordVPN goes, this is going to be the fastest VPN on the market right now, and the best option on this list if you're looking for a lot of bonus features or granular control over your settings. It has all the core VPN features on top of threat protection, which acts like a mini antivirus, dark web monitor, which keeps an eye out on the dark web for your personal information, and MeshNet for secure file transfer over the encrypted network of Nord. Besides that, Nord also has a bunch of specialty servers that can be very useful in a lot of different ways, such as Onion over VPN servers for secure access to the dark web if you're going to go there, double VPN servers where you connect to 2 VPN servers instead of 1 for double D protection, and obfuscated servers for those who live in countries with like heavy network censorship and surveillance. So if you're looking for kind of the fastest VPN that offers a lot of value in terms of features and options for your settings, I recommend going for Nord. Now, as far as Surfshark goes, this is a really great budget option among the three that gets the job done at the best possible cost, but without sacrificing the security or the core VPN features. Now, it may not be as fast as Nord and Express, but it's still fast in its own right and even better than most other options out there. But what makes Surfshark really special is the fact that you can secure an unlimited number of devices with a single subscription, unlike Express with the 8 device limit and Nord with the 10 device limit. So you can share it around with as many friends and family members as you want while still securing all of your devices at the same time. And so if you're looking for the best budget option out there that still offers a premium quality experience, then Surfshark is a great option here. And so these are the best VPNs to avoid DDoS attacks and improve your ping while playing Elder Scrolls Online. They're fast, secure, and they also have a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can just test drive them out for 30 days and then claim a refund if you're not satisfied with them for any reason whatsoever. So that's it for today's video. As I said earlier, this is just a brief overview of each VPN, and if you'd like to check them out in detail, I'll be leaving in-depth reviews on each of them in the description down below, alongside some special discounts if you're interested in getting any of them and want to save some money off your subscription. So besides that, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and leave a comment if you have any questions, and I'll be happy to answer all of them. So thanks again for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.